Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mayor Kreisman. Councilmember Blackman.
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank the mayor. Notice this is the only proclamation today. He let us add this on. I cornered him at a ribbon cutting on Friday, and he did not hesitate to agree, so I'm extremely thankful. And also, I really want to thank my legislative aide, Lenny Randolph, who was instrumental in spinning on an absolute dime to get this done. If you didn't notice, this is a Sawfish rostrum, a statue of one that I have in my office and I've had since I've been on the council. The sawfish, a lot of people don't know what it is. And yes, it's my favorite animal, but its story is really an inspirational story, but it's a story that's still developing. It's a story of rebirth and growth, similar to our cities. The sawfish is critically endangered. It's critically endangered because the sawfish does not reach sexual maturity until between the age of 7 and 10. And because of that, and they only have 1 or 2 offspring at a time, it's very hard to repopulate the population. But we have great groups in our area. You know, Tampa Bay was a wasteland, 30 years ago. And groups like the Tampa Bay Estuary Program, Tampa Bay Watch, who's out at the pier, groups like Keep Pinellas Beautiful, Water Warrior Marine Alliance, Burn Ocean Conservation, and even groups like Friends of Salt Creek, which Vice Chair Driscoll is spearheaded, are really instrumental in this because the sawfish's habitat until it reaches sexual maturity is mangrove shallows and creeks and estuaries, and their habitat is rapidly decreasing, and that's why they're so endangered. But the estuary program has written about the sawfish a number of times in Bay Soundings and other publications, and we have a sawfish population returning to Tampa Bay. And this is important for a number of reasons. First of all, they used to be found widespread, and now Florida and Tampa Bay is one of the few places in the world where sawfish can still live. So it's not hyperbolic to say the entire world is watching what happens with the sawfish population here. What I'd like to say is, first of all, yes, this is a rostrum. They're critically endangered also because they were byproducts of fishing a lot of times, and people would cut their rostrums off and mount them on a wall. The sawfish uses its rostrum to stun fish and then eat them. They're basically most closely related to the ray, even though they look like sharks. And I encourage anybody, if you ever see any in the wild, you're supposed to immediately call FWC to report it, but we have a rebounding population. They are extremely, extremely vulnerable. I don't want to go on too much longer because I've already rambled a bit, but I'm extremely excited. And I honestly want to sincerely thank the mayor for doing this. This is not a proclamation day. I'm sincerely grateful. And again, thank you to my legislative aide. And thank you to so many organizations that have made this renaissance possible. But it's not a mission accomplished. We all need to work together to raise awareness and to keep our bay and our natural resources clean to continue this trend in the right direction. So thank you, Chair, for indulging me.
Thank you, Councilmember Blackman. Thank you for the